Hello there. Thought I'd have a few season predictions. See how they go. You never know, do you? So, got a few. Starting the championship. Let's see. I've got 3 teams to be relegated. 2 of them just been promoted. Third, I'm not so sure, but it depends how long they last for their manager. I think you all know who that'll be, but we'll get there. Gone Oxford bottom. Just don't think they've done enough. I think they'd be a good shout to come back up the season after, but they just ain't got it, have they, right now? I just need a bit more work. I think it was a bit of a surprise promotion. Got to stop playing them in the face. Then I've gone Derby. I think they're a bit more organised than people realise. I think defensively, they'll have, enough about them to keep some clean sheets, but they can't score any goals. And eventually they'll lose those clean sheets because if you don't score goals, your defence gets overworked. Ball keeps coming back. Just need a bit more youth running around up front, in my eyes. Good experienced strikers that do a good job on the bench for other teams, but not enough. And then I've gone Plymouth. Mainly the Wayne Rooney factor, let's be honest. He is shocking. He just can't, he ain't got the attitude to be a manager. There's no offence to him, fantastic player, but you get players that don't make the keeping this real, like, so I'm going to keep the mistakes in. To make the progress, transition, that's the word I was looking for, transition to a manager. Some players just can't do it. I don't think he's got the motivation. I think he made too much money. I think he'd like to be in his head a good manager, but I just don't think he can. And then they sort of threw things away. I've heard rumours Whittaker might be leaving him. He's a very good player. But other than that, I'd probably take a couple of their strikers even at the Albion, but it's still... It's not that fantastic, is it? Especially defensively. But, other teams have got to struggle. Let me see. I've gone... Cardiff, I think, would be right down there. I'm not impressed by any of the signings. Could be completely wrong. He's a very good organised manager again. Defensively, not great to watch though, are they? I've then gone Watford, usual up in the air struggle. They might turn around and get a decent manager for a couple of games and then sack him in and get another bloke in. Sheffield Wednesday. Now, I've gone for them to struggle from one reason only. I think they messed the manager around too much from David. Is it David Roll? Roll anyway, innit? But I think he'll either quit or they'll sack him for arguing with the chairman. And then everything will go tits up. That's the reason why I think I'll put them down. I think they survive, as I say, but these are the ones just to struggle. Then push it, Portsmouth. They're decent. I don't think they'll actually be troubled by being fear or relegated, but they're being that very close that you've got to think about that every now and again. You'll think, oh, are they going to get sucked in? Then, right, to win it. I can't see beyond Leeds. I just think they got a bit more stability. The 3 teams that came down got a bit more stability than them. 3 teams could now have a new manager at Burnley, new manager at I thought, in my head, I thought Sheffield United had got a new manager, but it's not really. It isn't, isn't it? The squad they got promoted with Heckingbottom. But Wilder's back. He's the thing, I think. So I've gone Leeds champions anyway. I just think they'll be more settled. Farker's got away. He's done it before. They've sold some players, but the majority they've been able to keep because they've sold the player for so much money. They don't have to have a fire sale. They just got rid of a couple of big names and then got rid of the ones they don't really need. A couple of offers they couldn't turn down, like that Gray who's going to Tottenham. Second place got Burnley. There won't be anywhere near fly for one because Scott Parker's dull, but he gets the job done. Doesn't he? He gets the job done. With the players they got, the quality they got. Although it won't be anywhere near as good, they'll get the job done. Would have put them top if they still had company, but obviously, who could turn down Bayern Munich? Even when I think it's too early for him, but who could turn them down? You've got to go for it, haven't you? And then the playoff teams. Now, this was hard. This was really hard, the playoff teams. I don't fancy the Albion to make the playoffs this year. Just too much restructuring. But it doesn't mean we couldn't be. I think we'll get some more transfer signings in late, so let's to worry about them later. But Yeah, I've gone for Coventry, Luton, Borough and Sheffield United to be in the playoffs. With Bristol City, and the biggest one I wasn't certain was I think Norwich could get in there instead of Borough. You know, what do you do there? Eh? Who would you go for? Because it's a bit, it's hard. I think I'm pretty nailed on Coventry and Luton will make it there. Pretty nailed on all. I think Bristol City will give them a shout and all. I think they'll be right up at Bristol City. I think they've got a good young squad side. I think they'll have dips in form that will just cost them in making it. Just because they're young lads and they'll lose one against, say, I don't know, Leeds. So, yeah, go for Leeds, right? And then it'll take them a couple of games to recover, but they'll get their form back. And then they'll play Burnley and, you know, do you know what I mean? I just think it'll just take, they won't quite have enough. I think we'll push. Go for to talk about the Albion, eh? We'll push. We'll be all right. I mean, I'm very hopeful for the signings made today. Dobbin and, the Italian guy, because I've forgotten. Is it Frabotta? Frambotta? I'm useless. I'm old. Forgive me. He looks a good player. Wow, I say that. We assume he's a good player because he's come from Juventus. He's been around Italy and the block. Some people don't adapt to the English game. Some do. You know, Dr. Water. Job. Yeah, there's an old phrase you never thought would come back out, Dr. Water. So I think we'll be all right. Don't think we'll be in trouble going down. But obviously with the financial situation, we're readdressing everything. But as you can see by the signings today, those two players ain't come in for nothing. They'll be cheaper than the ones that left, yes. But they ain't coming for nothing. We're not ridiculously going to spend. We're adjusting our budget entirely. That's why Townsend went, because of his wages. Not really the price we got. So get a price for him was a bonus, really. I'd love to see some more stay. But I get it. I mean, Dean Garner, I've heard chat with Albion Analysis saying about not getting rid. It's not worth getting rid of Dean Garner because FSP means that we bought him for so much. I get that. So let's hope he stays because he'd be in that central attacking midfield where nobody thought putting him. His stats are up there with the best in the league last year. Hey, I know there's some people out there who criticise him, but what he was doing as well, he worked hard. That was the hardest working Dean Garner I've seen at the club. All right, he didn't have the natural flair of under Bilic, which we all love to see. And that player would have played for England if he carried on that progress that 1 year in the job. But he didn't. He stalled. It wasn't happening when he first arrived, let's be honest. He was forced out of West Ham. It took adjusting. I think he found himself. I think he's found a manager that he likes playing with and understands. No, I don't think we're ever going to see that flamboyant player again. But we're seeing a far more effective player right now. So fingers crossed. I'm not sure Jed Wallace is going to stay just because if you can make some money, I think they'll be interested in him. There'd be more interest in Fellows, but we'll have to. So I think one of them will go, but it'll take some good money for both. So whereas because of Wallace's wages, it wouldn't take so much to get rid of him. So if you were a club out from the outside, Fellows not proven, has only had like what we're going to say 6-7 months of being excellent. Or you got Wallace who's got the best stats for the Championship for over 10 years, hasn't he? And you can get him cheaper. Yeah, he's old, but you get him in for a 2-year deal, and you're laughing if you're another club looking at us. That's my point of view. But I'd rather keep Fellows for the long term. I'd rather have Wallace teach him a few things. But that's not the way the bank works, is it? What else? Let's have a look. I really think we'll miss it. Okay, whoever, because he just made the team tick for me. He was very, very fundamental to our system. He was the perfect Carlos Scorburn player for me. I don't see anybody who could replace that role. So do we change the way the team plays so we don't need that role? Does somebody step up and fill it? I mean, because Mowat could play that position, but not in the same way, could he? I mean, the passing could actually be better, probably. But okay, he was just intelligent. And the best thing was he was calm under the pressure of the ball. And yeah, no, that's not saying I'd like him to stay, but I understand why he's sold. In fact, there's not one player's left. I've made that clear that I didn't understand. You could see the positives and negatives of keeping them both. Well, every player. Sorry, I don't know why I said both because I'm mad. What else? Let's go for some outright out there. By the way, please tell me what you think. I need to see those numbers. What do you think? Because I've got a few things on my mind these days and I need some distractions. Hey? Come on, entertain me. Give me some interaction, please. In Scotland, I'm going to have a little shocker. I think the Arts, the mighty JTs, I think they might go second. And I think they might do it quite comfortably. It all depends on Europe, but the size of their squad they brought in, and it's looking very quality. Oh, should we give a final position for the Albion? I reckon a solid 8th. Yeah? But nowhere near close to chasing it. I've gone for Malvern to make promotion from their league and go up. I know that's a division quite low down for you, most of you lot. But hey, I like my local football. Being from Worcestershire, grew up in Malvern. But the way they play football, seen a couple of their pre-seasons, looking very tasty. Very tasty. Worcester got promoted. Worcester City this is. I think they'll be comfortable mid-table. I think they're going to have the odd game where they're going to be taught a bit of a lesson, and the odd game where they're going to whack a few teams. And so, I think they'll be steady, and then I'll fancy them to chase it next year, though. Worcester Raiders, it's another division down. They didn't get anything last year. I think they could make the playoffs, but I think they're going to miss out. I think they're going to be mid-table. There just seems to be something, a bit more restructuring. They've gone from, let's be honest, was under Gormley. It was a bit kick and rush, wasn't it? It was a bit old-fashioned football. And they're trying to develop a better footballing style. I think it might take a couple of years. So fingers crossed, mate. See how it's a real plus to be playing the 6 ways from. Let's hope they get a bit more back in. Be realistic, they won't get that many in, but they're getting better. They got a terrible reputation. They've really turned that reputation in my eyes, for I say, it's becoming better. Atletico Bilbao, but I'm very hopeful of getting back there. I think they're going to 8th. Because they're not back in the Europa League, you know. I was trying to think which league it was then. They didn't make the champions, but it was good. It was good. I hope to get back there. It's a wonderful city. If you ever get the chance to go and watch Atletico Bilbao play, the whole town is Atletico Bilbao. So that's basically, I'm just trying to do a bit more vids this year, just because, as I say, life's been a bit shit to me this summer. I thought, let's go and distract myself. It's what I did last time. We were having a bit of a tough time. We did some vids. I'm going to take it a bit more seriously, try and get a bit more interaction. Ideally, I get, I've got a lot of people talking on it. Normally I don't get many quotes. I try not to be dull. I'd love to have somebody to talk to on these vids. See how that goes. Try to do a few trials. Try and get a weekly thing going on, perhaps. Maybe even a podcast, but I've got to buy all the equipment then. And money's not my friend at the moment. Hence, I'm not making QPR. Oh, devastating. Oh, they got a great manager too, by the way. So, anyway. It's up 30 minutes. I'm going to try about 15 minutes each time I do a vid. I'll try anything else you want to talk about? Some transfers. It all seems very bleh, what everybody's doing, isn't it? That's the trouble. I don't want to be boring. I want to be a bit different, a bit quirky. Something just a bit of light entertainment. Something you can stick on the coach on the way up to games. So I know this has been a bit boring. I'm more trying to work out my setup. See where I am. See where there's any interest. See where there's any point doing it. As soon as I do, I'll add some stuff and try and be a bit funnier. Life's been shit. Life's shit for everybody. He's freaking kicking off around the country. It's just ridiculous. Eh? I just think it's pathetic. Let's kick off at Greg's, eh? There's more serious things going on in Israel, but nobody seems to talk about it because it's boring. More serious things going on in Ukraine, but we just seem to forgot about it because it's going on so long. It's a bit boring. Wake up. Smell the coffee. This world needs a better place. So smile with me, boys. Smile with me, fellas. I don't know where I'm going with that. Fucking just, my head goes a bit crazy. No worries. Catch you later. Go on, you baggy boys. Let us know if you follow any non-league teams. Be interested. See you later, fellas.